In this short immigration update video, I wanted to cover the end of entrepreneurs, the introduction of Appendix W and the innovator and startup route, and some possible alternatives. This is just going to be a very quick introduction. I'm recording this in September 2019, and if you want to know more detail, come along to one of my seminars that I'm running throughout the autumn of 2019, where I'll go into this in a bit more detail. But as many of you will know, from the 29th of March 2019, the entrepreneur category closed to new applicants. It's still available to April 2023 for extension applications and settlement applications up to April 2025. And replacing it was two new categories, the startup category and the innovator category. Those are contained within a new Appendix W. And Appendix W opens up by saying it's anticipated that further categories will be added to the appendix. And the startup visa, that's a one-off 2-year visa. The innovator visa is a 3-year visa that can be renewed as many times as you want and leads to settlement. Both of them have to have the endorsement of an endorsing body, and there's endorsing bodies listed online. And there's a big problem that the endorsing bodies are really not set up to deal with independent entrepreneurs. They're very much like seed camp investors, and they want to be part of their seed camp program. So it's proved very difficult, and there's been a very low number of applicants. To apply for both categories, your business idea has to be innovative, scalable and viable, and that has to be certified by the endorsing body. In the innovator category, you've got to have £50,000 from any legitimate source to invest. And as I said, there's major issues in terms of getting an endorsement from an endorsing body. I think at the last count I looked at for innovators, there are 32 endorsing bodies listed on the Home Office website. There are more for the startups because universities are included, and the startup bodies have to have contact points with you throughout your visa, and they can report you to the Home Office if you're no longer carrying out what you should be or working in breach of your conditions, and they can issue further endorsements in the innovator category if you're applying for an extension. The extension criteria set out in W 6.6 of Appendix W, and 6.7 is the settlement criteria, and the settlement criteria are very, very difficult. It may be more beneficial to just keep renewing and stack up 10 years lawful residence than try the settlement route. What about alternatives then? What do you do for the clients who come to your office and normally would have applied under the entrepreneur route, and there's a problem with going down the innovator route? Well, a lot of people are looking into the sole representative visa. It's an old pre-PBS visa, and I've seen an increase in this already. It's set out in 144 of the immigration rules, and it's for a business outside the UK where a senior employee wants to come to the UK to set up a branch or a subsidiary of that business in the United Kingdom. You can't be a majority shareholder to go under that route. 3-year initial visa, 2-year extension leads to ILR after 5 years, and you can rely on dependents. There's still the Tier 1 exceptional talent route, although that's very limited to 2,000 places a year, and obviously Tier 1 investor in terms of a £2 million investment. So we've seen a close to the entrepreneur route, still open for extensions and settlement. We've got a new innovator and startup category, but difficulties in terms of getting an endorsement, and then very difficult ILR criteria. And then we've got possible alternatives in terms of sole representative, the exceptional talent, or the investor route. As I said, if you want to know more, come along to one of my seminars, but that's what's happening with the entrepreneurs, Appendix W and innovators and startups. Thanks a lot.